Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's 5-minute message. We're in Philippians chapter 4, finally the last chapter of Philippians. As we begin this new section, I've got one of my favorite stories I want to share with you. So Philip Parnham tells a story of a rich industrialist who was disturbed to find a fisherman sitting lazily beside his boat. "Why aren't you out there fishing?" he asked. "Well, because I've caught enough fish for today," said the fisherman. "Why don't you catch more fish than you need?" the rich man asked. "Well, what would I do with all of them?" "Well, you could earn more money," came the impatient reply. "You could buy a bigger boat. You could go deeper. You could catch more fish. You could purchase nylon nets. You can catch even more fish. You can make more money. Soon you'll have a fleet of boats and be rich like me." The fisherman asked, "Well, then what would I do?" You could sit down and enjoy life," said the industrialist. "What do you think I'm doing right now?" the fisherman replied. Sometimes we get so caught up in so many different things, we lose sight of what's actually really important in life. As we go through our Christian lives, it's very important to understand the contentment that we need to have. In this section, God wants you to see the contentment in your Christian life. Some of us miss this boat entirely. We're going to see this in 3 different ways here as we go through these next 3 weeks in Philippians chapter 4. Today we're going to be looking at verses 2 through 5, and then next week 6 and 7, and then the following week verses 8 and 9. But as we think about the contentment that we need to have in our Christian lives, verses 2 through 5 is what's seen in our fellowship. Let's read these verses. "And I urge you also, true companion, help these women who labored with me in the Lord, in the gospel, with Clement also, and the rest of my fellow workers whose names are in the book of life. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice. Let your gladness be known to all men. The Lord is at hand." What is the fellowship like that you have with other believers? Remember, last week we looked at our citizenship in heaven, how we need to be heaven-focused, heavenly minded. We need to be thinking about these things, and it should impact the way that you relate to other people. Euodia and Syntyche, here in verse 2, they did not exactly see eye to eye with each other. They didn't really exemplify good Christian relations. And Paul is wanting them and us to follow a much better example. We've been seeing example after example in Philippians of how to live this Christian life. And these two weren't exactly doing it. If we're going to be truly contented in our Christian lives, it's going to show itself with other people. Do people make you mad easily? Do people get you upset? Do you get angry easily at other people? Do other people bother you? Do you see other people as annoying? Are you just not happy with other people? Boy, this is telltale signs of the contentment that you have in your Christian life. You should love to be around other people. You should love to serve other people. You should want to treat each other really well. You should want to see somebody else happy. You should want to see other people be successful. You should want to be able to share the gospel with other people. You should want to be discipling other people. And in fact, you may want to have somebody else discipling you. These are all really important aspects to the Christian life. And if we're really going to be content in our Christian lives, it's going to be evident in our fellowship. He says, "I urge you, true companion, help these women who labored with me in the Lord." See, these people have been useful, and they're kind of turning not useful. "With Clement also, the rest of my fellow workers whose names are in the book of life." These people are believers. They love the Lord, and we should love them as a result. It doesn't matter what your background is or where you came from or whatever. We should be the kind of people who love other people because they are made in God's image, or even because they're fellow believers, and that should tie us together more strongly than anything else. "Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice. Let your gentleness be made known to all men." We should be patient and kind with everybody. We should rejoice that our names are written in the book of life. There should always be such joy in our lives. And don't let anybody bring you down today. Have a great day.